Bam! Hello, hi. So I'm actually recording this video right after I just recorded the previous one because I went more. I can't stop. I have a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of things that has happened this past weekend and this past week and past couple days that I just wanna talk about because this is like my journal channel. Anything that's like crazy life events I want to talk about in here. So first of all, this run is really silly. This Minecraft speed run. If you're a speedrunner, you will understand. If you're not, maybe you will. If you pay very close attention. But I do a decision in the overworld which I think makes sense, and then I get to the nether and it just doesn't. Anyways, I have a lot to talk about. The title is probably going to be about Minecraft speedrunning related, and that's probably going to be the main thing, but I do want to talk about my other things first because they're important things that happened to me. First of all, if you have anything that was crazy this past weekend or anything like that you want to share, let me know. I read all my comments and I respond to all of them because I love talking to people all the time whenever I have free time. And oh my gosh, you see the fortress already. Anyway, first topic. Whoa, this is actually a crazy seed, it looks like. It's probably not that insane, actually. First topic is my partner has been messed with. I'm not gonna go into super crazy detail. To put it simply, he basically has lost his job for the most part. He is doing such a freaking good job. He is like the best worker you would ever see. And yet, they just kept giving him less and less work to do, and I genuinely have no idea why, and it makes me really angry. It doesn't make any sense to me. He's a very good worker, and I know that. I can literally, I see him doing his job, and he goes the extra mile, tries to do tricks at his job. That's not gonna get him fired, by the way. He's just extremely good at his job, to the point where he could make it into a YouTube video that he was planning on doing, actually. So it makes no sense to me as to why they're like messing with him. That's that. It's really something crazy in life, and it makes me really angry. Anyway, that's that. On a lighter note, this past weekend was actually sick. I got to meet up with somebody that I've met up with before, but it's an online friend. They also make Launchpad videos. If you know who I am, you know what that is. It's very amazing. But yeah, he's a Launchpad friend. But yeah, we went to an amusement park. It was only for like a day. We really made it work. Holy crap, I'm gonna die. We really made it work. We went to 9 different rides. I'm gonna briefly go over them because I don't know how much I actually have left on this speed run. I mean, if it gets too long, I'm just gonna play another one. The first one we went to, it was like more gravity based. It was just a spinny thingy, but it was a really good like starter ride to get us like prepared for the real deal. But then we actually went on a roller coaster right after that, which was interesting. My memory from riding on this roller coaster before, because I actually have, I thought it was like decent. I was like, wow, this is scary. But like when we actually rode on it this time around, it was very aggressive, like the turning and stuff. It was like a wooden roller coaster, so it made sense, but I felt like my back was gonna die, or my neck or my head was gonna pop off. Thankfully, I think the ride we went right after that was a really tall ride, and my friend is actually scared of heights, like a lot. He was scared, but it was a really relaxing ride to me, even though we went really high. It's literally like the highest. And then the one right after that was like a double roller coaster. There was like 2 carts that like raced each other. It was really neat. It wasn't very scary though. It was just like a straight thing, and it just went in a straight line. I think my like biggest like fear when it comes to amusement parks is like drops, if that makes sense. But the one right after that was actually the scariest roller coaster we actually ended up going on. It was one that's not actually that popular as of right now. I know of one roller coaster there that's like really popular, and that's like considered the scariest one, right? But like this one that we actually went on was, I've just never heard about it, so maybe it's new or something. We went on it, and holy crap. It is so scary. Like the drop was like an 85-degree angle, or something, which isn't like the craziest thing in the world. Like if you're watching this, maybe you've been on something crazier, but like, ooh. The feeling of falling was just like, it's just so crazy. Like it makes me terrified. But surprisingly, even though I say all that ride for me, weirdly enough, was not actually the scariest. Like objectively it was the scariest, but like the actual feeling that I got from it was not as scary. It was like the second scariest. So it was scary, but like not very scary. The ride we went on right after that, which was one that I actually went on before, I thought it was a really cool ride because it's completely in the dark. Or so I thought, because I think when I went on it, my eyes were closed. So we went on that ride, and it was actually the fastest ride there. It was extremely speedy and very scary, and that was definitely my favorite ride there. And then literally at the start of the ride, this is probably something a lot of roller coasters do, or like the workers or whatever, but they're like, ride starts in 3 or something. And then they fucking launched it. Anyway, that one was really crazy. We actually went upside down on that one. And then the one right after that was the popular scary one. For me, I was just terrified. That was the scariest one for me, even though it wasn't objectively as scary. But, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like double length. I'm gonna try to cut down this like video a lot. But that one definitely had a drop as well, but it wasn't as crazy as the first one that I talked about. Anyway, we went on like a couple other rides. We went up, one was like really high. It was just like an elevator up to a really high spot, and we took like a really cool photo there. The next thing is, well, the amusement park stuff is done, so we're going to the next topic now. I've experimented a lot recently with Launchpad backgrounds. And what that means is I've been trying to do a lot of motion graphics for like green screen backgrounds for Launchpad videos. I'm going to put a clip on the screen of what that looks like. It's very cool. I'm really proud of it. It's not like the coolest thing in the world. I think I could do better. Am I just skipping this gravel right now? Bro, what am I doing? Yeah, I've been experimenting with that a lot. I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential. I don't think people have been doing this very much, and I really want to be like, I want to like specialize in that. Anyway, that's that. And then also, I'm going to a convention this December. It's Midwest Fur Fest. It's gonna be the last MFF that I have planned. It was supposed to be like a three-parter kind of thing. Every time we go to MFF, we record a Launchpad video, me and my partner. So this last one, we have started working on the project a little bit. We're gonna finish it hopefully this weekend or something. This time, I'm gonna go with one of my newer friends that I met this year, I think, even though it feels like I've met him like years ago. There's that person, and then I think we're gonna hang out with another new friend that I met like a couple months ago, actually. So that'll be really cool. I hope that we'll be able to finish the project by then, and maybe another one if we're lucky. And I really like recording projects every time we're there, because it's kind of like another way to remember what it was like being there through Launchpad, because Launchpad is like my whole life. It's a thing that I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life, so why not try to encapsulate these memories through Launchpad? I think it's a really special way to remember certain things. But yeah, that's that. And wow, okay, so the Launchpad section of this video is over now. Even though we're 3 minutes, almost 4 into the speedrun. For the past like 2 weeks or so, I've been speedrunning a lot recently and trying to up my mechanics. I downloaded this macro thing that makes it so that you can change like what buttons do what. So if I type like TRE when I open a crafting table, it just gives me a bed. It's really cool, but it's been a big like learning curve for me. But there's that, and then also like I learned like side setup for 0 cycles, because for some reason, even though I almost had a sub 8, I still don't know how to do a side setup. And then also just like top 103 for some reason is just impossible for me. Like I've been trying and trying and trying to hit top 103. I spent like all night last night while I was hanging out with friends, like trying to hit that while like in loading screens on another game. There's some things in speedrunning that just seem so mechanically impossible to me, and that's one of them. One more thing after I talk about the main point of this video. I recently did actually get a sub 10 in random seed glitchless, and that's like my main goal for speedrunning. I haven't made a big deal out of it. I know why, but it just feels weird. Like it's because I want to make a full-on video about it, explaining my journey, kind of like a documentary kind of thing, but maybe closer towards this kind of video than a documentary. I haven't really actively worked on that, so it's like very weird and I feel awkward. I don't know. The last thing is friends. In Minecraft speedrunning, for me, it has always been really hard to make friends. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the only friend that I have in like speedrunning is the person that I'm playing with in the speedrun. He's really the only person that I actively play speedrunning with. I've like tried to speedrun with other people and I've tried to like talk to them about speedrunning and stuff, but I just feel like for me, I've always had like a friend group, like on like Hypixel, for example, or like UHC and survival games. I've always had a friend group or a friend that I always hang out with, but I've never had that for speedrunning. I don't really know if it's because I'm getting older and it's really hard to make friends now, or if it's just speedrunning has a toxic community. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like that on like YouTube, but then when you go and join a speedrunning Discord, it's a way different story. The other day, I joined Java Cord. Oh no. There was a couple like people that were like just getting into speedrunning, and I respect that. That's very awesome. I was trying to teach a couple of them because I really like teaching. But then there was also somebody in the call who was a netherite, and then also somebody in the call who was also a diamond like me. Even though I don't speedrun like ranked very much, I still was able to get like to diamond. And the netherite person, I actually have heard of them before. I know relatively who they are from like the ranked tournaments, you know. They've gotten a lot of praise for being a really good player. Like it's very clear they are a very skilled player. I thought that's awesome, right? So I look up to them. I was like, this is awesome. They're in the call. They're hanging out. This is really cool. Somebody in the call, they asked, yo, you want to join us? And they were like, I do not play with diamond people. I only play with netherite people. Okay, that's weird, but sure. But then they said a couple other things. They were criticizing my gameplay like really heavily, not in a like supportive way, and it just didn't feel right. It just kind of reminded me like how people in speedrunning have been. It just doesn't feel very friendly in my experience. I'm not saying like, wow, you shouldn't speedrun and you shouldn't make friends in speedrunning. It's just been my experience and I wish it wasn't. Like I haven't really been part of like a friend group before and I feel really bad about that. I really do wish that like I could actively hang out with people, actively get like supportive criticism, if that makes sense. Trying to support me and also give me criticism, because I've never really had that for speedrunning. It's always been me. I've been the only person that has to criticize myself, which is good, but at the same time it's really hard as someone who grew up with like no self-discipline. It's really awkward, I think. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this crazy yap session, and I hope you will be able to make friends in Minecraft speedrunning. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.